that's the benefit to me of doing what we do. And it's a whole separate topic that I'll save for another day. But no, it matters big time. It absolutely matters. 97.1.
Have you ever wanted to learn a new language like French, Spanish, or Russian, but thought it would be too difficult and time-consuming? Then go to Babbel.com and try it for free. Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you everyday practical conversations that you will actually use. In 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel uses a modern conversation-based technique that makes language engaging, fun, and memorable. It starts by teaching you words and phrases. Then, sentences gradually get more complex. Soon, you're practicing short conversations about real-life topics. Babbel is created by language experts who use the spaced repetition method to help you learn quickly and remember what you learned. With Babbel, you can speak a new language. Babbel. Language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Hey there, it's Natalie from Google. One of my challenges here is finding candidates for IT support jobs. It's why Google's IT training program is now available for everyone. It helps you get ready for a job in under 6 months, and your resume will be considered by Google and more than 50 other employers. You don't need tech experience or a college degree. Enroll today at grow.google/IT certificate. That's grow.google/IT certificate.
As you get back to business, small things can make a big difference. Like marking safe distances with 4-tape and posting reminders to wash hands. As always, Grainger is here to help, offering supplies and solutions for every industry. Free access to product specialists, 24/7 support, safety recovery guides, and more. It's part of our commitment to help you adapt and recover in these challenging times. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company helps you customize your home insurance so you only pay for what you need. Unlike things you paid for you didn't need, like that much-needed 125-inch flat-screen TV.
It's hurting my eyes a lot.
Or your 100-square-foot bedroom.
My neck isn't so much stiff as it's completely stuck.
With Liberty Mutual, get customized home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Uh-oh, I'm seeing color splotches.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. Mortgage rates are at an all-time low, and now is the time to refinance. Giving our clients 5-star service is our #1 priority. Call 248-308-5000 or chat with us online, davidhallmortgage.com.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Paturo of National Benefit Plan. For affordable life insurance, log on to nbthealth.com.
Big things happen in Detroit sports. You hear it first on Detroit's #1 sports station, 97.1. The Ticket. Breaking news powered by Radio.com Sports and brought to you by Pennzoil. Motor oils from natural gas. The proof is in the Pennzoil. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. A Radio.com sports station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by YC Sports Desk. This is 97.1. The Ticket.
The Athletic is reporting that Tuesday's game for the Tigers and Cardinals at Comerica Park is now highly unlikely. Tigers supposed to play St. Louis for a 4-game set at Comerica Park starting on Tuesday night, 7:10 right here on the Ticket. But with the Cards having multiple positive COVID-19 test results, there has been a real question as to whether the series will actually take place. Meanwhile, the Detroit Lions, Geronimo Allison opting out for the 2020 season, as is Denver tackle Juwan James. Meanwhile, Cleveland wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. will not opt out for the season. Sports Illustrated reporting Lions quarterback Matt Stafford did indeed test positive for COVID-19. He is eligible to return after 10 days and 2 consecutive negative tests. Lions also claimed off waivers defensive tackle Dalen Mack from the Baltimore Ravens, a 2019 fifth-round draft pick. At the Ticket Update desk, I'm Jeff Lesson for more 97.1 The Ticket or Radio.com.
In 15 miles, take exit 16 on the left to merge onto M10
All right, 97.1. Like I said, we're going to try to mix a few things in. Try to give you a little bit of an escape. We'll talk about Jamie. If you have thoughts, you are more than welcome to call in as the day goes along. bring up Matthew Stafford testing positive for COVID-19 on Friday. And now Stafford is on the COVID list. Now, again, none of us really know what this means. Could be back very shortly, could be gone a while. There's no predictive measure for it. As Dave Burkett writes, the Lions now have 8 players on the COVID list, including Stafford, Kenny Golladay, Hawkinson. It's for players who either test positive for coronavirus or come in close contact. Players who test negative but were in contact with a positive could return after 2 negatives within 24 hours. None of the players have been activated. Stafford, obviously the highest profile player. He said in May he's excited to return. Here's my question. All right. If you're Matthew Stafford, realistic, why wouldn't you just opt out? Seriously. You have 4 young children at home. You have a newborn. You have a wife who had an unbelievable health scare. Am I wrong? And I'm open to being wrong here.
Lane closure ahead in 2.7 miles.
What?
The right lane is closed.
This virus
You're still
has
on the
now hit too
fastest
close
route.
to home. Okay? I contracted it. I'm going to put my feet in the sand. Money is not the issue. Matthew Stafford has made more money than God. The Lions will not cut him before next season. He will make more money than God. I can't help but that was my first reaction to the news of saying, if you're Matthew Stafford, just walk away for the year. I mean, we don't even have the safety protocols. We don't even know if the year is going to take place, but certain players have situations that rise above. Obviously, an example, like Nate Solder for the Giants. Nate Solder's a cancer survivor. And his young son is either, I believe, is recovering from cancer. Nate Solder cannot possibly play football this fall. Incredibly irresponsible. Marquise Goodwin. His wife had lost several children. They'd finally had a healthy baby. Marquise Goodwin does not want to put his family in danger. I'm not saying it has to be this uniform decision. I'm just saying that, when you look at what we're really talking about, if you can afford to be home, be home. I mean, these teams are just not going to be able to protect you. They're not going to do a bubble. It puts you at risk of getting it. It puts you at risk of bringing it home. Period. Amen. Hallelujah. And the Stafford situation, yeah, of course it's heightened. He has 4 young children. I just wondered if I was wrong in the way I looked at it. That was my first reaction. Not about will Matthew Stafford be fine. More than likely, yes. It was, why doesn't this dude just walk away from the year?
Lane closure ahead in 1 mile.
And
The right
see
lane
you
is
in the spring.
closed. You're still on the fastest route.
And if you think I'm wrong, just tell me why. That's really the barrier to entry here. 248-539-9797. Go ahead.
I think you're exactly right. And this has always been my concern when it comes to this disease. And you have to not only be concerned about yourself, you have to be concerned about who is around you. Your family, your close friends, anybody you're in close contact with, you should be concerned with. So, yes, Stafford testing positive, I think that is a sign, and I think that he should probably step away. With 4 young kids in the house and a wife that has dealt with her own health situations, yes, opt out. And I am fine with players that decide to do that. I've been sick and tired of looking at social media this weekend and seeing people ripping NFL players for deciding to opt out because of COVID. Look, these players are real human beings, and I want people to really remember that. They're not cyborgs. They're not aliens. They're not robots. They are real human beings, and they have real issues just like me and you. Yes, they get paid millions of dollars, but they have issues and concerns just like we do. And I think, yes, Stafford should really seriously consider sitting out this season.
I just, what would be the reason you don't? I don't know what health study to quote, but I can't get the Eduardo Rodriguez story out of my head.
Yes.
pitcher for the Red Sox, 27 years old, peak of health. Eduardo Rodriguez got COVID, and doctors are saying that the heart condition that has evolved within him is due to COVID. He has cardiomyopathy. He is going to miss the entire season. You know, then it depends what study you read, and I don't want to, please, let's not weaponize this and go left and right, but there is this developing process here where the people who get COVID, you're seeing a percentage of them develop heart issues. And in some studies, they're talking about damage similar to a heart attack. Now, again, we need more data, we need peer review, I understand. But I can't get those things out of my head. It's why I think there's absolutely no chance of college football. I think this discussion about college football now, not now, when I was saying, yes, I do believe there'll be college football. Now, in August, I think that conversation's absurd. Professionally, if you're an adult and you want to take the risk and you're getting paid for play, well, then that's a different thing. But man, if I'm a guy like Stafford and I've got all that money and I've just contracted this, why not take a fall and be at home with the family? This has been a hell of an 18 months for me and my family, right? My wife had a terrible scare. We had the birth of another child. Thank God, a healthy baby, right? 4 young kids. I got 150 mil in the bank. You know what? I'm going to take 6 months and just sit this one out. Who the hell would question him? Who would question him? I don't think a sane person would or could. I just wonder where your head is at with it. 248-539-9797. David, take a text if you want. And again, your calls about Jamie are more than welcome. I'm just trying to mix it up a little bit to try to bring a little normal to a very bad day.
A ticket text here says Stafford has played through a broken finger, a broken back, and a dislocated shoulder. He has this drive to do something for this team, and he hasn't done it yet. He wants to win the division, give us success in the playoffs. Unless he's dying, Stafford will be playing this year.
No, but they're not wrong with what they're saying. They're not. That's his mindset.
Because once you get it, there's no reason to opt out. Opting out is to avoid getting it. But I think he should have considered it before.
Well, and again, the NFL is attempting to move the opt-out deadline up to Wednesday. We can get to that story a little later. Their thinking is players who are going to get cut anyways are going to opt out so they can get the stipend, get a payout. But once that deadline passes, that stipend is gone. I still believe, and maybe I'm wrong, it won't be the first time, I still think you're going to get a mass exodus of players at deadline day.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because when push comes to shove, this conversation's going on in a lot of households.
So if and one more ticket text. So if he decides to play, are you going to rip him saying he doesn't take his family's well-being into account?
No, it's personal choice to be makes. That's not my business. That's not my place. Do I think it's it's not a right or wrong. It's just a common sense thing, and I injected my own thoughts as if I were in this situation, what I would do. I would sit out. Look, this is free will. These players can take the risk or they can pass. I'm never going to criticize a guy for sitting out. I'm not going to criticize guys for playing. Only they can make that decision. This is just about having the conversation situationally now that Stafford's on the COVID list. Now that we know he tested positive Friday. Would that, if you were in his spot, would that make you say, you know what? No, let's sit this back. This is what are we doing? 248-539-9797. Look at the people next. 97.
credit, call 877-ASK-DELL to talk to a Dell Technologies advisor who can help you find the tech that's just right. That's 877-ASK-DELL or visit Dell.com/smallbusinessdeals.
It's Mattress Firm's Summer Save and Sleep event. Save up to $300 on our top-rated brands like Beauty Rest, Serta, Sealy, and more. Plus, get a free adjustable base with select mattress purchase of $6.99. Or get up to 50% off select mattresses from your best-selling brands. Don't wait. Shop in-store, online at mattressfirm.com, or by phone for these amazing deals. Only at Mattress Firm. Offer valid with qualifying purchase restrictions apply. Valid participating locations only. Some products only available in for details visit mattressfirm.com/sale.
From muscle pain, body aches, to strains, Blue Emu Maximum Arthritis. It works fast and you won't stink. It's your new formula with Emu Roll. Penetrates deep to relieve arthritis pain, sore muscles, joints, and more. Baseball is here. Are you ready to root for the home team? No matter where you are, Little League Big Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi, the official wine of Major League Baseball. Please enjoy our wines responsibly. Woodbridge Winery, Acapulco, California. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission. The Detroit Tigers host the St. Louis Cardinals. Pregame tomorrow at 5:45 on 97.1 The Ticket.
Situation you have to really monitor. Jeff Passan this morning saying, well, they have multiple positives. Oh, when you start getting murky, that makes me think baseball's trying to put a lid on this. Now, the Cardinals' testing has been, quote, fast-tracked. Whole series of questions following that. What do you mean fast-track? You have a fast-track option? I know. Then why weren't we using the fast-track option from the beginning?
That's exactly the question I had in my head. Looking at this yesterday, I'm like, well, hold on now. Why in the world did we start summer camp and we had questions on tests? If you could do this so quickly.
Or if you wanted to find that middle ground from the beginning, you testing every day. The every
In 2
other day
miles,
is for the
take
birds.
exit 16
But
on the
now,
left to
I mean,
merge
the
onto
Tigers
M10
are supposed to
toward
have 4 games
I-696
with these
west.
guys this week. That's called into question. Got a doubleheader scheduled with these guys.
And I just wonder, okay, so they say they're going to do fast track, but yet the reports yesterday afternoon said that positive tests, probably more positive tests reported Monday, but yet it's Monday at 3:21, and we have not seen that one report on more tests.
And David, I'm leaning on you and Kenny, because I know Roberto's probably looking at boobies. I'm leaning on you and Kenny for updates on the MLB stuff. You guys are all over social media. I know if it hits, you'll give it to me. I can't count on Roberto for those. Not unless it's like a new Beatles album. Let's go to Sean, 971. I'm sorry. Sean, how are you?
Pretty good. So I'm actually kind of surprised, a little bit disgusted with Goodell and the owners. The reason being is they have no plan for the health and safety, and I don't think they care if these state staffers and stuff, will he get paid?
Well, he would get the stipend. He would get the $350,000.
I don't think these owners truly care if state staffers won't make as much.
Use the left lane to take exit 16 on the left to merge onto M10 north toward I-696
These
west.
star players don't play. They'll use whoever they can to make their TV revenue, right? I am shocked that the union is even letting these guys go out for training camp right now. Who's going to step up and say to the union, like, you can't play, you guys can't do this.
Exit left.
Come up with a plan. Like, this is insane.
I want to make sure I'm good to jump in, because you're
Yeah.
really into it. All right, so
I think there's, I think that they're going to capitalize on, these guys are competitors too, right? Like, they want to go out there and win. Like, Stafford, if he sits out this year, they're going to tank again. Go ahead, sorry about that.
That's okay. All right. Now I'm
Starting
going to jump
route
in.
to
I
Court
appreciate
Road
it.
at Inkster Road.
Look, I agree with your sentiment that for the most powerful league, and the league that had the most amount of time to sit back and watch other leagues bring their sports back, the NFL response has been woefully inadequate. That's one. Two, to answer your question, if Stafford sits out, he gets the stipend. If he plays, he gets his money. That's it. Now, it's not a money issue for Matthew Stafford because, again, he's already made more money than God, and he's got multiple years left where the contract will roll over, and it just is what it is. This is not a back end of the roster player fighting for their last deal. It's just not. Now, as far as the union goes, look, the way this unfolded is still surprising to me, is that the players came out and said, look, you want us to play, where's the everyday testing? Where are the protocols? Here's what I need. And you're right, this is the surprising part that DeMaurice Smith and the union haven't demanded this. Where is the NFL's return to play handbook? Baseball has this now famous 113-page document, which, by the way, didn't feature any idea of what to do when a team got it. Where is the NFL's return to play plan?
In 2 miles, take
This is
exit
what the
18A onto
season will
US
look like.
24 north and Telegraph
This is
Road.
how we're going to handle travel parties. Are we doing a pod system or not? There's nothing. And again, we're just over a month out. I really don't understand it. And in that sense, I agree with your phone call. Let's go to Mike Roylo, 97.1. Hi, Mike.
Hey, what's up, Mike? How you doing?
What's up?
Hey, so I agree completely with what you're saying about Matt Stafford. He has no reason to play. They're not going to be competitive. He's gone through hell the last year and a half, 2 years with family health wise. And I mean, like you said, he's good money-wise because he's playing. So I think personally he should sit out the season and take care of his family.
What would you do? If you were in his spot, would you pull the plug?
Yeah, I would. I have a fiance and stepkid, and if I was in his spot, for sure I wouldn't be playing.
Yeah. I just, Mike, I
Use
look
the
at
right
it
lane
and
to
I'm
take
sitting here,
exit
if I'm an
18
NFL
onto
player, and
US
I'm
24
going,
North and
do we
Telegraph
even
Road.
know what game day looks like? Because I haven't read it, I haven't heard it.
If you look at look at the travel slot there, and it's going to be way bigger than baseball. And baseball's already having problems with how many teams? You know,
Take the exit.
You're playing Russian roulette with your life and everybody else around you, pretty much. You know, like you don't know the extent of COVID-19, like what it can actually be. You know, like with that pitcher from Boston, like he has those heart issues now. Like,
And again,
you know,
there is a difference. There is, and Mike, I appreciate it. There is a difference between us living our lives like we are, put a mask on, try to stay away from people, but you can go to the grocery store. If you want to go out to dinner, it's your call. You know, stores are open, right? There's very few things in this world we just can't do right now. All right? Gyms are not open. You're not going to be able to go to a bar indoors. You just can't do those things right now. But there's a difference between living our life the way we want to, with a couple restrictions, and then crossing this bridge into unfettered, unadulterated NFL football, college football. I just don't know how you do it. Now, I've offered a couple of wacky ideas that just seem to have no traction with the NFL, but why not create pods? 8 cities, 4 teams. You put each division in a pod. At least control 4 teams at a time. Knock out your divisional games. And then move on, and yeah, you're going to go on a month-long road trip. And you're going to knock out another 4 games, another 6 games, whatever it may be. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm using real-time experiences and data just like you guys are. If football intends to do what baseball's doing, I think we're dead in the water. And college, I go back to it. How can you ask amateur athletes who do not get paid and do not have a union to do the same things as professional adults who do get paid and do have a union? I just don't understand how you're going to demand that of them. And we've got updates on college football later today that are all too predictable, because here's a dirty secret. The college coaches don't give a F about COVID. And realistically, a lot of these coaches, they don't give a damn about their players. They want that check, and they want to win games. Well, one coach just showed his colors, and it disappoints me because I kind of like the guy. We'll talk about that a little later. 97.1.
97.1, The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, slowdowns can be expected in a few spots right now due to rain. I-94 between Michigan Avenue and Dearborn and Van Dyke. Also portions of 75, M10, and 96 all near 94. 75 both directions near the Telegraph Connector in Taylor. Also, earlier flooding has closed the 94 westbound exit ramp to Woodward until about 5 o'clock. And there's an accident working to clear from the left side, M10 northbound at Telegraph. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
It's easy to get all the best groceries in town in one trip when you shop at Meijer. Find everything your family needs, from fresh produce to everyday products at low Meijer prices. Save with weekly deals going on now, like delicious peaches for just 69 cents per pound, or frozen novelties from brands like Popsicle or Purple Cow, or buy 3, get 1 free. Get all the things you love for all the people you love, all in one place at Meijer. Some exclusions apply. See all the deals in the Meijer app.
Amazon is hiring near you. Earn a competitive wage and start as soon as 7 days. No resume or experience required. Health and safety are a top priority with all of our roles and sites. Amazon is taking precautions in our buildings to keep people healthy. Go to amazon.com/apply. That's amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
Grab a delicious, creamy, small Wendy's Frosty Cheeto for just $1. It's the perfect treat for any time of the day. Whether you're just starting your day, looking for an afternoon pick-me-up, or craving a late-night sweet, a small Frosty Cheeto
working on today? Oil change coming up? We can help you out. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Pennzoil high mileage motor oil and an STP oil filter for just $27.99. And if you need it fast, we can help you get it fast. Whether it's at home with our next day delivery or in store and curbside with our free same day pickup. The choice is yours. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions and details at AutoZone.com.
From muscle pain, body aches, to strains, Blue Emu Maximum Arthritis. It works fast and you won't stink. Its unique formula with emu oil penetrates deep to relieve arthritis pain, sore muscles, joints, and more.
It may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea, sometimes all at once, over and over.
I spent years with the symptoms but could never figure it out.
No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down for my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms just don't go away.
But EPI can show up with even one symptom.
The good news? EPI is manageable.
But to get to the right diagnosis, you have to break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms.
Visit identifyepi.com to learn more and use the symptom checker to help change the conversation with your doctor. Brought to you by AbbVie.
At CDW, we get your organization can be demanding.
I know. The marketing team's outside my office. They want their Adobe update now.
With Adobe's Value Incentive Plan, deployed by the experts at CDW, you can quickly and easily manage software subscriptions for the whole team.
On Acrobat and Creative Cloud?
All included.
Cool. Guys, I'm coming out. Don't hurt me.
For a satisfied digital workforce, you need Adobe and IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Adobe.
Today on Hey Culligan, hard water hurts appliances. Go for Glenn in Glenview.
Hey Culligan, my appliances aren't that old and they're already on the fritz.
Sounds like your hard water might be giving your water appliances a hard time, but there is hope in the form of a Culligan high-efficiency water softener that helps extend the life of dishwashers, washing machines, heating systems.
Okay, hey Culligan?
Yeah, Glenn?
Hook me up.
Glenn, one high-efficiency appliance-saving softener already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
This hour of the Mike Valenti Show is brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. A station where your opinion matters.
97.1. All right, coming up in 8 minutes, do a little round ball rock with the NBA restart. We're talking Matthew Stafford, tested positive COVID Friday. He's on that COVID list. Just, am I approaching it the right way? Or maybe the more appropriate way to say it is, how did you view it when you read the news? Was your initial reaction like mine of, why doesn't this dude just opt out? 4 kids at home, a wife who had a health scare. You got all the money in the world. Maybe that's why I'm not a quarterback in the NFL. Maybe I don't have that competitive spirit. I'd be putting my feet in the sand and going, I'm out this year. This is ridiculous. Because the league's still not telling us what this is going to look like. David, you're telling me we have some breaking news.
Yes, this coming out of St. Louis. Mark Saxon, who is a senior MLB writer for The Athletic who covers the St. Louis Cardinals, he is reporting, source, the St. Louis Cardinals are not going to Detroit, which was to be their next destination. That means they likely will have to make up at least 7 games.
Okay. You know what? I got to tell you, and David appreciated. I mean, the word on the street wasn't it a couple of the Cardinals had decided to go to a casino? Wasn't that the
yes.
WOTS? Mm-hmm. You know, a couple of the Marlins had decided to go out and have a couple of pops like Kenny Cott on a Friday night. Well, look at what we have now. You had a 4-game set here this week, including a double dip. Now you're not coming here. Okay, so the Cardinals have to make up 7 games. What do the Tigers do? What do the Tigers do now? Do they sit idle for the whole week? Are we just going to pull another opponent from thin air? Guys, I got to be honest with you. I mean, maybe I'm not good at the math. maybe I need an abacus to sort this out, but this just kind of feels like we're done here. And it sucks because the Yankees can't be beat. I digress.
Yeah, no more championship because of the Astros and because of coronavirus. I'm sorry, Michael.
Right. No, I just... But, like, you tell me, and again, if I have the wrong approach on this, you may scold me at will, but Cardinals may have to make up 7 games. Where? You gave yourself 66 days to play 60 games. Now a team is 7 games behind, and we're not 2 weeks in. And meanwhile, now the Tigers will be 4 games behind. When are you going to make these games up, and how are you going to do it? When the Florida outbreak took place, yeah, it put Florida out, and Philly had to reroute. And then, okay, well, the Yankees can't play Philly, and Florida can't play Baltimore, so here, Baltimore will play the Yankees. But there's no other team here. The Cardinals are the only team. And now the team that they're playing can't go play someone else. I kind of feel like with the news dump on Friday of Manfred warning, get your stuff together or I'm canceling the season, it felt preemptive. It felt like Manfred knew what was coming on the other side of the weekend. It makes me wonder if we're going to find out that they are maybe first pausing the season only to inevitably cancel the season. I don't know that. I'm just telling you in real time how I feel. Because I don't know how you're going to get these two teams together to do this again. Yes, Roberto.
No, that was
Oh, I'm sorry, David.
No, but you're right, because I look at the schedule. There's no room. You're dealing with a 60-game season here. Everything's tight. Everything's compressed. You don't have the space to fill this in at the end of the season or during a couple off days.
Even with the doubleheaders.
Yes, and that's what I was just talking to Kenny about. What do you do? 3 straight days of doubleheaders? No. So they're playing 6 games in 3 days? You can't do that.
Can't do it. That's crazy. You can't do that. I'd love to know where people are at with this. And David, as news comes in, please feel free. Break in, turn my mic off. I don't care. Whatever you want, come in with the news. I'd love to hear what some of the baseball experts have to say on this. I mean, the real-time reaction from the Passons, the Nightingales, the Olneys. This feels like we're toast. Because if they're not coming to Detroit, see, this is the other thing I don't understand. And I'm not a bright guy, right? But we created these taxi squads that if guys tested positive, we'd trace, isolate the player, and call up the taxi squad to continue the season. But we've reached a point now where a team has a couple of positives, they're not taking those players and sequestering them, they're shutting the whole team down. So it's as if the taxi squad idea was bad from the start. Like, yeah, we made a bad call there, so we're just not going to do that. Like, why wouldn't the Cardinals replace the players who are affected, have the taxi squad players meet them in Detroit, and play the series? This just feels like Major League Baseball is just making it up on the fly. That's what it feels like.
No, you're right about that. Because
a week into the season.
Over the weekend, then you begin to hear reports of, they're going to add 7-inning doubleheaders. Well, why in the world, when you come up with COVID guidelines, didn't you not come up with that before? Why does it take positive tests on teams for you to now say, well, maybe we should think about 7-inning games?
Or give yourself 66 days for 60 games, but then, okay, if we add the doubleheaders in, now we're giving ourselves extra buffer at the end of the year to make up the COVID games.
Right.
No. You waited until there was a disaster to institute it. Can you, David, they came up with the rules and a week into it had to change the rules.
It's really laughable. It really is. How do you have, 130 plus, whatever pages you have, and you don't have these guidelines in it?
But isn't it the same issue with the NFL? I mean, David, can you take me through the NFL's game day protocol?
I wish I could.
I'm being serious. I'm not being a smartass. Take me through that. Teach me. You can't. That's the issue. I tell you, the Yankees were about to go 50 and 10.
onto
They're
West
gonna
Long
cancel
Lake
this thing.
Road.
And Judge was probably about to break the home run record in 60 games.
Last night, I was in a conversation with my wife, and I had muted the television, but I can't lie. I was talking to her, but I was looking the other way, like I was watching the Yankee game.
I've done that.
And
We're all in the same boat, yeah.
Judge hits this ball, and I went,
In 1.5
oh,
miles,
look
turn
at
left.
that. And she goes, are you listening? And I'm like, yeah, just a second. No. And I was like, babe, yes. I said, but when Aaron Judge hits a ball that far, of course it's going to get my attention. I said, look at that beautiful man. Look at where that ball went. You know, luckily I married a saint. She just continued the conversation.
Yeah, my wife will be like, did you hear what I just said? I go, of course I did. She said, repeat it. I go, yeah, the basement. Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the garbage. No, but I mean, Judge hit a ball 460 feet last night. You can't expect me not to have eyeballs on that. Are you kidding me? It was poetry. Plus, it was against the Red Sox. She knows. She knows. Certain things. Sorry.
That's so good.
They're going to cancel the season. David, they're going to cancel this season. 248-539-9797. I'm going to get more of the people. Let's get the round ball blitz in here. And again, your calls about Jamie are more than welcome. We spent the first hour talking about our colleague Jamie Samuelson passing away Saturday. We'll get back into it as the day goes along. We're just trying to bring you a little normal, man. Like, just trying. I don't know if it's working, but we're going to try to weave in and out of it. 97.1.
Radio.com Sports Minute. Sponsored by Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Be big, be bold, be adventurous. A weekend to remind us sports fans of how it used to be. The chance to get lost in a flurry of activity on the field, the court, the ice, the track, the pitch. A massive Aaron Judge home run to give the Yankees the lead over the rival Red Sox. A goal off the post by the Avalanche to stun the Blues with 0.1 seconds left. An NBA record-tying 61 three-point attempts by the Rockets, plus defense down the stretch to overtake Milwaukee. A career-high 53 for T.J. Warren of the Pacers. The season debut of Clayton Kershaw with a scoreless outing. For months we waited and wondered. We wished for sports to return. And to usher in August, we watched nearly every sport known to man. It was a glorious distraction, but also a reminder to never take them for granted. I'm Amy Lawrence. Hey, it's Amy Lawrence, and if your idea of a big, bold summer is hanging out around the backyard barbecue, I've got a snack that will fit right in. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Yep, a bold-flavored snack that's more craveable than potato chips and the perfect low-carb alternative to breadcrumbs in your favorite recipe. You gotta try the Korean kimchi barbecue, spicy dill, pasilla chili cheese, and blackberry habanero pork rinds. This summer, start your own flavor adventure by downloading our coupon and finding new recipes at porkrinds.com.
Visit your local Meijer today for your Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Oil change coming up? We can help you out. Right now, you can get 5 quarts of Pennzoil high mileage motor oil and an STP oil filter for just $27.99. And if you need it fast, we can help you get it fast. Whether it's at home with our next day delivery or in store and curbside with our free same day pickup. The choice is yours. Getting the job done just got easier. Be sure to see the details at AutoZone.com.
It's here. It's really here. Better prices. I can't believe it. Finally, more choice.
Michigan Auto Reform is here, and that means more choices for personal injury protection. With Allstate, you can lower your costs, not your standards. We'll help you navigate your needs, along with your budget. There's no better time to get a quote from Allstate. Click or call today.
Subject to terms, conditions, availability, and coverage selected. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Businesses are starting to bounce back. But what if you could do better than that? What if you could adapt, deliver, and succeed in new ways with new customers? At Comcast Business, we're committed to helping you not just bounce back, but bounce forward. That's why we're offering powerful and reliable internet and voice. Now for only $35 each a month when you buy both and sign up for EcoBill and AutoPay with a 2-year agreement. It'll help you stay ahead with a network you can count on.
Stay connected with 24/7 support and thrive with flexible solutions that work wherever you are. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go online today to find out more. Comcast Business. Offer ends 8/21/2020. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits internet and one voice mobility line. Early termination fee applies. Enrollment in EcoBill and autopay required. Equipment installation taxes and fees extra, subject to change.
Gentlemen, facing a divorce can be difficult, but you're not alone. Adam, the American Divorce Association for Men, is here to help. Call Adam today at 248-356-2326 and we can answer your questions or schedule a meeting by phone or video chat. Call Adam today.
Text the ticket using the same number you used to call the ticket. Ticket text 248-539-9797.
Everything going on. Just wanted to take a break and escape, indulge in what really was the highlight of the weekend. The copious amount of NBA basketball. Oh yeah, live test. Red Rocks, get it. If you don't know what that is, you need to go to YouTube. You need to watch the video. You need to see John Tesh explain how he created this song in ways only John Tesh could. David, go.
So good. The NBA restart happened over the weekend, and boy, was it juicy. So let's start here. Real or not? Okay, you have to answer real or not for these questions. The Grizzlies are still favorites to get the final West playoff spot. Real or not?
I have been so impressed by the Blazers. I am going to say not. Now, the Pelicans are falling flat on their face. A, not playing Zion the last 7:30 the first game, and then just deciding we're not going to show up against the Clippers. I think the Blazers are the team to watch, David. They are scary. They had every right to beat the Celtics. And guess what? Nurkic looked great for his first game back in a year after a broken leg.
Real or not, the Washington Wizards can't make this a real race for number 8. It says even if the Wizards had beaten the Nets on Sunday, they were facing an uphill climb. Now the math doesn't add up.
No. And again, the Nets and the Wizards are two teams I wouldn't have even brought to Orlando. Just let anyone else in. Let an extra team in the West in. Not.
Real or not, Raptors, Bucks, Part 2 is happening.
Now listen, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I said to you if I was picking a long shot in the East, I thought the Raptors were undervalued. As LeBron put it, very appropriately, they didn't win the championship by accident, and it wasn't just Kawhi. David, I like the way they look. I really do. I think the Celtics have a lot of work to do if they're going to find a way to meet the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. I will say real.
I'm going to actually add a real or not to this when it comes to the Bucks. The Rockets seem to defend Giannis real tight at the end of that game. Can the Bucks actually make it to the finals if Giannis doesn't develop a jump shot? Real or not?
Well, they can. He is developing a little bit of a jump shot, though. Let's be fair. I'm going to say real. They still can. I think the biggest issue for them is they're going to find themselves in some spots and teams are going to pack it in. And you're right. He's going to have to make a couple. I'm still going to say real, though, based on who the teams in the East are.
Real or not, no one can get past the Lakers and the Clippers in the West playoffs.
Nobody can get past the Lakers or Clippers? I'm going to say not. And it's the other team I picked as a long shot in a weird format. David, the Houston Rockets, in this format, they look tasty. And I'm telling you, because there's no home court advantage, because the lights don't feel as bright, maybe Harden doesn't choke in the playoffs. And you know what you're getting out of Brody. You know what you're getting out of that team. David, don't sleep on them. I really wonder if, again, undermanned Laker team, no home court advantage. Boy, could the Lakers be vulnerable to the Rockets in that 7 game? The Clippers, forget it. The Clippers will destroy them.
Well, that leads me to my modified question, because that's just what I do. I was not here after the Lakers and Clippers did their restart game. Should the Laker fans be worried about LA? They struggled against the Clippers, and the Clippers didn't have Lou Williams, Harrell. What is going on with the Lakers?
It's simple. They're missing Avery Bradley, who's sneaky important to what they do. They're missing playoff Rondo. You don't just make up for that. And as good as AD is, AD in the fourth quarter is a ghost. He doesn't score in the fourth quarter. He doesn't shoot in the fourth quarter. Go look at his point totals. And LeBron at 35 can't do it all by himself. And in crunch time, he needs AD to be that Robin to his Batman, and it's not there right now, because that's not who AD is.
All right, real or not, the Mavericks' crunch time woes will sink them in the playoffs.
How dare you? You know that's my pet infatuation. You know I love that team. But I'm going to agree with you, because I think that's the last piece to the puzzle, both for Luka and for Kristaps. Becoming the clutch end game guy, end a series guy. Yeah, I will. I think they're fun, but they're probably toast.
Real or not, Jason Tatum will regularly repeat his highly efficient Sunday performance in the playoffs.
Real, because I'm a Celtics fan and I can't accept anything otherwise.
That's not fair.
But, no, how about this? The last 8 or 9 games before the season got paused, Tatum was averaging 33 a game. He was already in that low-key MVP discussion. Not that he would get it, but he would at least get a ride in the car, right? I think he's far more the